A blizzard has swept most of the country, but we are inside of historic King Arena, active since 1960. It's a Wednesday night clash between the Millikin Big Blue and the Wheaton Thunder. Before we preview the teams, we'll send it down to the Wheaton College Pep Band for the national anthem and to the scorers table for the reading of the starting lineup.
Senior from Bloomington, Illinois, J.T. Wells. Number 6, a 6'3" grad student from St. Louis, Missouri, DeMarcus Bond. Number 7, a 6'4" sophomore from Mackinac, Illinois, Lane Toman. A 6'6" senior from O'Fallon, Missouri, number 10, Drake Stevenson. And a 6'5" junior from Olney, Illinois, number 24, Chase Travis. Millikin is coached by Kramer Soderberg, assisted by Mac Snyder, Tom Noonan, Andrew Cuffrin, and Grant Baker. Here are the starters for your Wheaton College Thunder. Number 3, a 6'2" junior from Fort Mill, South Carolina, Kyle Ebbs. Number 4, a 6'4" freshman from Caledonia, Michigan, Kyan Vanderwood. Number 12, a 6'3" freshman from Westerville, Ohio, Devin Martin. A 6'3" sophomore from Northfield, Minnesota, number 20, Soren Richardson. And a 6'4" senior from Indianapolis, Indiana, number 23, Noah Hedrick. Wheaton is coached by Mike Schauer, assisted by John Panner and Timothy Watts.
And alongside Parker Rogers, I'm Aiden Kong. Parker, what are you looking forward to in tonight's match?
Yeah, Aiden, we're coming off of an interesting week for both of these teams. Wheaton's coming off an 85-78 loss to Carthage where they never held the lead. So we're looking for Wheaton to get off to a bit of a fast start here tonight. Millikin, likewise, coming off of a loss, but a 4-point loss where the lead was changed 11 times. So we're looking at a scrappy team who's willing to do whatever it takes to win. So I'm looking for a very well-rounded game here tonight.
Of course, Millikin 3-4. There are a bunch of other teams that are at 3 wins in the CCIW. 4, to be in fact, currently would make the CCIW tournament with the Big Blue. And let's roll from King Arena. 9-7, 3-4 overall is Millikin, currently in a tie for 5th place alongside Augustana, Elmhurst, and North Central, each with 3 win apiece. Here's Lane Tolman, mid-range jumper, gets the game started right away.
That's what you like to see from Tolman, the 6'7" sophomore out of Mackinac, just getting down into the paint and putting up some easy points there to start him off.
26 points, 2 rebounds, and an assist for Lane Tolman. Last time out was on the season, shooting 63% on true shooting. Hedrick's pass got blocked though, and here comes DeMarcus Bond.
We see that a lot out of this Millikin team, averaging about 2.3 blocks a game. Strong defensive team from Millikin.
Of course, puts them at about 5th in the CCIW, known primarily for being the most dominant scoring defense so far, giving up an average about 67 points. First in the CCIW, 56 in all Division III. Tolman again, same shot, this time won't go. Spattered it about, where are they gonna roll it? It's gonna be a big blue ball with 19 on the shot clock.
Yeah, the lefty Tolman goes up here. A little bit of a mid-range jumper, just doesn't get the egg to fall into the basket right there. But we'll see what they can do on the ensuing possession.
Stevenson trying to post up against Kyle Nebbs. Now goes back outside to Trace Travis from beyond the arc. Off the mark though, and Soren Richardson backs the board. Ryan Vanderwood making his 6th start of the season, the 3rd consecutive time the Wheaton Thunder have gone to the starting combination in a row.
Obviously, Coach Schauer seeing something that he likes out of the starting combination, a little bit more consistency out of this lineup.
Of course, the last 3 games before that, Wheaton went with Ty Ferguson in the starting lineup, beginning with the Illinois Wesleyan game, and started against North Central as well as Carroll before reverting back to Kyan Vanderwood. Millikin has mainly remained intact with that starting 5, with a couple of exceptions. 8 on the shot clock now for Drake Stevenson, pulls up again, rattles out.
And here's the deal with Wheaton. You know, they can change lineups, they can shift a little bit. Having Ferguson on the bench allows them to get a little more spark off the bench, having 17 bench points in their game against Carthage. Very important for the Thunder as they look to find their first points of the game.
Richardson's field goal won't go. Wheaton's now 0 of 2 so far. Only field goals by either teams has come from Lane Tolman.
Tolman led all players against Elmhurst on this Millikin team with 26 points last game, so look for another big game out of him, the big body down the middle.
Marcus Bond picks up the double team. Now it is JT Welch. Welch, high floater, able to get it to go.
And that was just a beautiful play by Millikin there. You love to see the floater, get a little bit of mid-range action going.
Not coming off his best week last week. 4 points against Elmhurst, no points against Illinois Wesleyan. Of course, a top 10 team. Currently the 5th ranked team in the country is IWU, first place in the CCIW. But a dominant showing against Augustana to get over 1,000 career points. Richardson's shot was blocked. They were not going to call a foul.
Yeah, obviously, Aiden, as you said, Illinois Wesleyan, 5th team in the country. Today marks the halfway point of conference play. Wheaton will pick up on Saturday with a trip to Illinois Wesleyan to see if they can topple the Giants, or in this case, the Titans.
Well, of course, Wheaton in that Illinois Wesleyan game led it by as many as 9 points, but allowed Illinois Wesleyan to come back into the game. A game-tying 3 by Nick Roper forced it to overtime on January 4th. Nebbs Too strong, though. Richardson gets the rebound, though. And he throws it away. That's going to be a turnover.
Just a bit of an errant pass out of Richardson there. Would have liked to see him get it to Hedrick. See if Hedrick could have spotted anything up in the corner or looked towards the inside. Something I would like to note, Wheaton did excel in the fast break in their game against Carthage, totaling 19 points in the fast break. Look for them to try to create some disruption on defense and, turn that over into points.
4-0 early on here from King Arena. Wheaton still looking for their first field goal. Here comes Tolman back outside. Chase Travis again, a corner three, buries it.
And there goes Travis, hammering the first three of the game, putting the Big Blue up by 7.
7 points, 2 rebounds, an assist, and a block for Chase Travis the last time against the Blue Jays, shooting 58% on true shooting this season. Richardson almost got blocked there by Travis. Divs gets stolen. Here comes Chase Travis, 2-on-2 fast break, and he's fouled by Soren Richardson.
Yeah, good job there by Travis to draw the foul. He wanted the fast break points. As we go to the replay here, Richardson just getting a little bit in his way. Maybe it was a little theatrics, maybe it was all good and well, but Travis sold the foul there.
And Wheaton going to the bench early. 2 freshmen in Jack Spears as well as Christian Veers are in for Devin Martin and Noah Hedrick.
I think Coach Schauer wants to protect his team from foul trouble early on as we see Hedrick get his first foul.
Tolman guarded by Richardson. Down the baseline they go. Now here's Drake Stevenson outside. Travis, another corner three, buries it. And that's going to be yet another early timeout, 10-0 in favor of Coach Soderberg's team over the Thunder.
Side-to-side action there by Travis. We saw him hit from the left. We saw him hit from the right. He's knocking it down all night like it's fight night. I mean, that was just an absolutely great play by the Big Blue, swinging it in, going for the drive, and then dishing it right back out to Travis on the arc.
Of course, let's first start off with the Wheaton Thunder. Coach Schauer, 16th season with the Wheaton Thunder. We keep saying it over and over again. He has 399 wins, looking for his 400th win of his entire coaching career. Obviously, he's been an incredible coach.
Yeah, he's been an incredible coach, and we've seen him coach incredible players. You think guys like Namye Adom, you think of Ashton Francis, you think of all these guys that he's coached, the teams that he's led, how deep he's made it into the tournament before. Obviously, it's been a rough 2 years, but he's hitting his stride. He's finding the right combination with these teams, and he's in search of that 400th win, like you said.
Of course, Wheaton coming into this game having lost 10 straight. They've never lost 10 straight, obviously trying to avoid that sort of history, but being outscored by 16 points per game. In 7 games, they allowed 80 points or more. Also, we've seen Wheaton, they played a little bit more 2-3 zone the last couple of games. We'll see if they do it here against the Big Blue, but Coach Schauer talked about how that's been sort of a net neutral. They've allowed more 3-pointers. It feels like the team is not necessarily being a little bit more stagnant on defense, but in some ways the field goal percentage has also gone down playing that zone. Yeah,
it's gone down a little bit playing the zone. Initially, we've seen them play man-to-man. We've seen them play the 3-2 zone. Obviously, Coach Schauer has seen something that he's liked, and he's trying to build the culture around this team. He's trying to build an identity, and I think when it comes to building the identity, you have to be consistent. Consistency is one of the biggest things that you can build on in a team.
Wheaton's last win came against November 23rd against Olivet, so nearly 2 months ago, as it's January 22nd. Nice feed there by Tolman inside, and it's Drake Stevenson.
Drake Stevenson, the 6'6 senior out of O'Fallon, Missouri.
Only 5 points, 2 rebounds against the Blue Jays. It's great to have Drake Stevenson back. Only played in the game a season ago because of an injury that he has sustained in the first game. Christian Veers from beyond the arc also won't fall.
Aiden, at what point do you try to stop shooting the 3 ball and try to chip away at this lead methodically going inside?
Tolman's 3 also can't go. Another offensive rebound, though, by Drake Stevenson. JT Welch off the mark.
I mean, Welch was all by himself on an island out there. Nobody was covering him. Bit of a downfall of that zone defense.
Hedrick slices down the baseline. No, rather it's Kyle Neves able to bang it in.
Wheaton finally gets on the board off that little inside move by Neves. Like I said, at what point do you move away from the 3 ball and try to chisel this lead down inside?
9 points for Kyle Neves and 1 block against the Firebirds last time out on Saturday. Guy who's averaging about 10.6 points per game, third leading scorer on this Slender team behind Hedrick and Soren Richardson. Tolman back outside. Here's now Chase Travis, 4 on the shot clock, guarded by Veers. Travis fading. Can't go.
Yeah, Nebs is the third leading scorer, but he leads the team in three-point percentage with 37.6% from beyond the arc so far this year.
Of course, also good enough to be third in the CCIW top 100 in all of Division III, 92nd to be more specific. Welch, corner triple. Spins out though.
See what Coach Schauer has dialed up for the offense here.
Trying to set up a DHO with Kyle Nebs and Vanderwood. There are 13 minutes now left to go. Millikin right now shooting 5 of 13 from the field. Wheaton's 1 of 7. Richardson will try. And DeMarcus Bond able to pluck the loose miss.
No good from Richardson there. You really want to see Richardson start to get more involved in this offense. He's their leading scorer, averaging just over 20 points a game.
I believe DeMarcus Bond who called timeout. We had a chance to talk about Coach Schauer. Let's now talk about Coach Soderberg. Contrast to Coach Schauer, he's only in his 4th season with the Big Blue. Of course, last year, 9-16, 5-11 CCIW play. Their 2nd straight season of missing the CCIW tournament and a losing record. But if you flash back all the way back to Coach Soderberg's first season, they went 14-12. It was the first time Millikin has had a winning record since the 2008-2009 season. It was also their first time making the CCIW tournament in a very long time.
Yeah, Coach Soderberg, we see sort of the juxtaposition here. We have the old coach and the new coach, both battling it out. Coach Soderberg trying to establish himself, prominently in the CCIW, and Coach Schauer looking for his 400th win.
Of course, for Coach Soderberg, pretty fun fact, he played his college ball at Linderwood under his father. Finished as the all-time leading scorer with 1,148 points. Was a NIA 3rd-team All-American. Then began his coaching career at Linderwood under his dad. Before getting his opportunities here to coach here at Millikin. Meanwhile, his dad, he actually serves as a scouting assistant at Virginia, previously under Coach Tony Bennett. Of course, Virginia went and won the national championship. Upstairs, that was for Nate Schroeder, off the mark though.
Those must have been some interesting car rides home, especially after losses.
Schroeder again. It won't fall, and they're going to call another foul.
It's always interesting to think about that father-son dynamic, but then moving that into a player-coach dynamic. And then you further that by moving it into a sort of employee dynamic.
Of course, some of the Wheaton Thunder players, a.k.a. Devin Martin, Caden Mudd, as there's another, that's going to be an offensive foul going against Millikin, by the way. But you have some Wheaton players off the top of my head, Devin Martin as well as Caden Mudd, who have dads who coach at the high school level.
Yeah. Obviously it does some developmental good, having somebody that you're close to very invested into the game, able to coach you up and provide a strong backbone for your career going forward.
There goes Kyan Vanderwood down, but it won't fall. Nathan Clark just checked in the game, able to get the board. Here is another 3 by Noah Brumfield off the mark though, and it looks like JT Welch able to get the board.
And Coach Schauer's son previously played under him here at Wheaton College. So seeing that again here in college, the father-son relationship.
Of course, his youngest of 3 sons, Caleb Schauer, is on the team technically. Here's Lane Tolman now. Nice feed inside, and it's Chase Travis able to bang it in.
A strong emergence from the Big Blue offense early on here, having a 12-point lead with just over 9 minutes played.
That's now 8 points for Travis so far. Nathan Clark off the mark, and another foul.
Let's see where they called this one. We go back to the replay. Clark cuts in from the top of the key, looks to go up. Clark will go to the line for 2.
Noah Livingston, Jacob Bullock for the Big Blue looking to check back into the game at the next dead ball opportunity, as well as Soren Richardson, as Nathan Clark shooting 2 at the free throw line. And his 15th game has started in 3 games, that being Concordia, Wisconsin, Rockford, and Elmer's, averaging about 2.6 points per game. Pushed for high 9 points against Wisconsin Lutheran, first home game of this season. Knocks down the second free throw.
Clark cuts it to a 10-point ball game. See what Wheaton's defense has dialed up. See if they can get some points in transition here. Try to chip away at this lead.
Looks like for now the game plan's been that Wheaton's been playing more man-to-man. It will Livingston, it won't fall, and Brumfield gets the board.
Yeah, it's like we said earlier when we were overviewing the defense. We've seen them play man-to-man, so Aiden, like you said, they're moving back more to that man-to-man defense. See if that causes a little more disruption to this Millikin offense.
Of course, the players love man-to-man defense compared to zone because of the fact that they can move around so freely instead of being static and stuck in one place. 10 on the shot clock now for Ty Ferguson, and it's being hounded right there. Brumfield now, 4 to shoot. Guarded tightly by Bullock and can't get the shot to go.
Just got a little bit off target there, Brumfield did.
Traffic against Clark, and Chase Travis gets the friendly roll. Great showing for Chase Travis so far, 10 points, 10 of the 16 points for the Big Blue.
A lot of this offense coming from Travis. We'll see what Wheaton has dialed up defensively to try to slow him down a little bit.
And Richardson, they just have to muscle that one in for the Thunder.
A very physical drive by Richardson there. That's what we want to see more out of. We want to see him try to get more involved into this ball game and start putting up more points like he usually does. And that's from beyond the arc. We know that he can do that, but really we're looking to see him score in the paint and score from mid-range.
Second field goal for the Thunder. They're now 2 of 12 from the field. Here is Nate Strotter. It won't go though for Strotter. Brumfield fires a 3, and it hits the top of the backboard out of bounds. It's going to be Big Blue ball.
You know, on that note, Aiden, we spent a lot of time around the CCIW, you and I have. I'm a former football player. Do you know what a Big Blue is?
No, I do not know what a Big Blue is. Do you know?
I couldn't tell you. All I could tell you is this. When I was out on the field playing against Millikin, I asked their players, hey, do you know what a Big Blue is? They said, sure can't tell you, we're just a color.
Of course, their logo looks exactly identical to the Michigan Wolverines logo. Just a different color scheme. There's now Frazier Ott trying to slice down that baseline. Bullock guarded by Nebbs. 2 to shoot, by the way. Jacob Bullock has to put up the shot. He does. Misses everything. That should be a shot clock violation, and it is.
You know, regardless of the shot clock violation, I really like that move by Ott there, cutting down inside and then passing it out. Really like seeing him get the ball to Bond there. Bullock.
Of course, Millikin, they have the best scoring defense, but they also have the worst scoring offense in the CCIW. Only scoring about 67 points per game. Hedrick fires a 3. Cans the triple.
Bang, bang, there goes Hedrick. Put a lot of air on that ball.
14.7 rebounds on 43% true shooting for Noah Hedrick against Carthage. Ott now against Vanderwood, and nice floater there by Frazier Ott.
You know, Ott is 6'8". It's kind of easy for him to put those shots up down in the paint. Wheaton not necessarily the tallest team in the CCIW.
Only 2 points and 4 rebounds for Frazier Ott. Devin Martin, that's close to backcourt. They don't call it though. Richardson can't get the 3 to fall. Once again goes to the top of the backboard, and it will be Millikin ball.
Just the second ball we've seen go over the backboard for the Thunder. Little bit strong off their shots here from range. Great hustle there by the Thunder, trying to spread the ball around. You saw them chase that loose ball.
Of course, this is a Millikin team that lost Cole Lawrence and Jaden McClain a season ago, but they bring in Lane Tillman from University of Illinois Springfield, a Division II institution, has gone off, leading the team in scoring, averaging about 15.6 points per game, good enough to be 6th in the CCIW. Welch, JT Welch rolls out though.
Good selection there by the Big Blue. Would love to see Wheaton try to get some second chance points here. They're not getting many baskets to fall, but what they can really focus on is getting the rebound and trying to put it back up as quickly as they can.
Nebs, they left him open, and he buries it.
Never leave that man alone beyond the arc. We know he's dangerous.
Of course, Kyle Nebs shooting 38% from beyond the arc. Has buried over 100 threes in his career. Bond now gets double teamed to Marcus Bond, still able to bang it in though. Nebs yet again. Boom goes the dynamite.
Hold up, wait a minute. You thought Nebs was finished? No, he's coming back for more.
Career high 23 points against Augustana on 70% true shooting, which basically measures how effective of a shooter you are. Here's Ott yet again, taking advantage of the mismatch right there as he was paired up with Devin Martin.
Ott's a tall guy, you know. Looks about old enough to have a wife and kids, but man, he's dangerous down in the paint.
Here's nice, oh, what a move by Jordan Richardson. Spin cycle, reaches the cylinder.
Can't help but applaud that basket by Richardson. That was just a great move down inside, and that's exactly what we were saying earlier. Want to see Richardson get down into the paint, get his hands dirty, and score a little bit more.
Wheaton has now made 4 out of their last 5 field goals. Millikin has made 3 of their last 4. Here's Welch. Martin picking him up. Welch leaves it short. Nebs with the board.
Now, I'm not one for superstitious. I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious. I'm not going to try to give them the announcer curse, but Wheaton has started to surge back here late in the first half.
Nebs again for 3, and this time he airballs it.
Nebs wanted contact on that 3. Looked like he might have been hit just a little bit. Got his shot off kilter. But Wheaton has cut this once 12-point ball game all the way down to 5 points.
Of course, Millikin themselves, they're on a 3-game losing streak, having lost to Carthage, 6th-ranked Illinois Wesleyan, and Elmhurst. Last one came against Augustana, but before that 3-game losing streak, they won 5 straight, beating Rose Holman, Millsap Rhodes, Carroll, and Augie. And these wins are so important, trying to stay in the CCIW race against 4 teams at 3 wins in conference play, including Millikin. Oh, a nice feed inside, and the finish there by Travis.
Yeah, Toman with great vision to get the ball to Travis inside, obviously smothered by Nebs, but able to out-physical Nebs just a little bit there. Some good finesse.
Richardson yet again. Trying to mouth inside. Floater won't go. Rebound tipped back to Devin Martin.
You know, I can very much appreciate the way that Richardson is playing right now. Getting inside, trying to find a way to put the ball up.
Spears right now against Toman. 5 on the shot clock. DHO. Here's Nathan Clark right down to the cup, but he leaves it short.
I think there might have been a little contact. I'm not a ref. I'm wearing glasses for a reason. Can't see everything.
Travis, and a nice switch with Kyle Nebs. Toman now picked up by Devin Martin. Wayne Toman, double team, wide open is Welch. JT Welch sinks the triple. Timeout on the floor taken by Coach Schauer, and Millikin is back up by 10.
A little bit unfortunate there by Wheaton. They had the game at about 5 points. Coach Schauer was getting his players in where he liked them. Defense was rolling. Offense was getting more and more comfortable with everything that they were doing. Unfortunately, just 2 big baskets by the Big Blue.
And of course, for Coach Schauer, we kind of talked about this multiple times during the broadcast, but even though Wheaton is having maybe what fans may deem as a disappointing season, there's still a lot of pieces that you have. I mean, Storm Richardson, we haven't said his name that much, but I mean, he leads the CCIW in scoring if you haven't followed, but also freshman Devin Martin leads the team in assists. This team has the pieces to be good, but obviously a young team.
Yeah, I'd like to think about this team as a car. As you put more miles on a car, the engine starts to run a little bit smoother. As you put more miles and games on this team, that engine, that system and consistency starts to run a little bit smoother. So you're really looking for consistency. It's a young team. And I can appreciate what Coach Schauer's doing, allowing his freshmen to play, allowing some of the younger players to get integrated into the system, to understand how he operates.
And also what Coach Schauer mentioned is he does not consider this season to be a disappointing season, while some guys may consider it a disappointing season, because he's talked about the growth of certain players such as Kyan Vanderwood from where he originally started, as well as Devin Martin, especially the freshman. He expects Martin to develop into that prototypical point guard role where he's a focal leader for this team.
That's exactly what Coach Schauer looks after. Always the optimist, I hope Coach Schauer is.
Richardson pulls up from mid-range, able to rattle it in.
Nice little jumper there by Richardson.
It's now 6 points for Soren Richardson. Leading scorer on both teams would be Chase Travis. He has 12 points.
Travis has put up quite an impressive first half so far. Saw a couple of those threes that he's put up.
Wayne Toman misses everything, but another offensive rebound. There's Drake Stevenson.
You know, Millikin is doing exactly what I hoped that Wheaton would have been doing. They're getting the offensive rebound, and they're putting up the ball for second chance points. We really need to see the Thunder start focusing on those second chance points, especially if there are a lot of these one and done possessions where they're shooting and missing.
He'll set up a DHO. Richardson will fire from beyond the arc, and he buries it.
There we go. Hopefully Richardson is now hitting his stride, putting the game within 7 points again.
Travis trying to go downhill. Chase Travis lost the ball, and they're going to call a foul against Wheaton. Let's see who they want to call it against.
Looks like they'll call it against Nebbs. Let's go to the replay here, see what it is. They get Nebbs for contact there, jumping in the way. Big Blue going to inbound the ball here. See what they have drawn up.
And that was such an easy feed to Drake Stevenson yet again.
I don't think it gets any easier than that right there. I mean, that was a simple out and in.
Richardson able to bang it in for the Thunder.
Great draw up there. You know, Nebbs with the ball, just the vision to see Richardson cut clear across.
Drake Stevenson was essentially begging for the ball on that 45 cut. Millikin has to reset. Under 90 seconds to play. Travis, guarded by Martin again. They feed it inside the low post. Back out to Travis. Chase Travis leaves it short though.
Yeah, he tried to hit that one from James Harden range, just couldn't get it.
Here's now Ty Ferguson downhill. Ferguson in and out.
Good drive there by Ferguson. Really appreciate what he was trying to do, cut inside and get points in the paint there.
Again, it is Travis, double team, and still able to score despite two bodies on him.
Travis is putting on a clinic. That's points number 14 for him.
Of course, a career high 21 points against Aurora on November 10th, 2023. Under 40 seconds to play here in half number one. Millikin leads by 9. Martin back to Soren Richardson. Richardson, got DeMarcus Bond on his feet. 6 to shoot now for Kyan Vanderwood. Vanderwood has to just put up the shot, able to score.
Great finesse by Vanderwood right there. I love the way that he maneuvered his body to get in between the Big Blue. Just put that ball in for an easy 2. Not easy, but 2.
Millikin can hold for the last shot.
I imagine they'll let Travis take this last shot.
It's back to Drake Stevenson again. It spins out though, and that will be the final shot of the first half. Millikin leads 33 to 26. Chase Travis putting up an impressive performance. 14 points for him. Meanwhile, Soren Richardson leading score with 11. And we'll bring you the start of the second half after these messages and a word from the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network.
I would say be bold. There's a lot of people here on campus who want to enter into a relationship with you. So many programs and things to get involved with, but get involved and be bold in that. And also just be unashamed of who you are. Wheaton, there is no perfect Wheaton student. Rather, we're just a bunch of broken, sinful people who are just in pursuit of a perfect God. Orientation committee, and then also, of course, transfer orientation committee if you're a transfer. These are people who have been praying for you and are making so many invitations to enter into a relationship with you in that first month being at campus. So I would just say respond to those invitations, and that goes for OC members as well as the faculty and staff that surround them. I'd say the biggest challenge was how lonely it was. When you first step onto campus, you don't have all the friends that you're gonna have. And so it took time to just learn how to make friends again. One of the best pieces of advice I had was to introduce myself to my professors as a transfer. And I was surprised just by how many emails I had from professors just making themselves known. So this is a campus where you're so known and loved.
Welcome to the Armerding Center for Music and the Arts at Wheaton College. This beautiful new facility located in the center of our campus is a testament to artistic potential of every person, each one with imagination, creativity, and artistic impulse in the image of God. Home to the Wheaton College Conservatory of Music and Community School of the Arts, this space is not just a building. It's a virtual symphony of possibilities. Designed with acoustical excellence in every room, the Armerding Center is a haven for music study and performance. The Armerding Center hosts vibrant performance spaces, including the recital and concert halls, where the music comes to life again and again. These spaces host performance, worship, and study at Wheaton, in which every note, every melody resonates with a higher purpose, creating immersive experiences which transcend the sounds themselves. These venues, together with the Grand Edmund Chapel, provide opportunities to experience the sacred truths of music and the God who initiated music in the first place. Step into this thriving hub of creativity and community. Every week, the Armerding Center pulsates with energy, offering a kaleidoscope of events, faculty and student recitals, ensemble concerts, visiting artists' performances, and masterclasses. But amidst the excitement, there is deep focus. Our state-of-the-art practice rooms, classrooms, and performance spaces are not just physical structures, but evidence of the college's commitment to acoustic engineering and aesthetic beauty. Over 40 practice rooms, a choral rehearsal room, and numerous classrooms underscore our dedication to the arts and the artists. Our students and faculty now revel in spaces with proper climate control, sound isolation, and ample storage. No longer scattered across 6 different buildings, the Conservatory of Music has found its unified home, a building named in honor of the esteemed Hudson T. Armerding, class of '41, former president of Wheaton College. And we are delighted to share with you the Armerding Center. This space supports, encourages, and creates new pathways for artistic engagement. The building is much more than bricks and mortar. It is a symbol of the college's enduring commitment to excellence and the thriving creative community that calls it home. We are eager to share this magnificent building with you, our students, faculty, and our community for generations to come. The Armerding Center for Music and the Arts provides endless artistic possibilities for the enduring power of music to inspire, uplift, and unite us all.
think one of the fun things about deciding where to go to college is that all of your peers are in kind of the same place. Remember, other people have done this, other people have gone before me and will come after me and are going through it with me now, but it's not as isolating as it may feel. I didn't really know what I was looking for at first. It started with me just scrolling through website after website of colleges. I knew I wanted something that was medium-sized. I knew that I wanted a strong natural sciences department. I knew that I wanted to be challenged academically inside the classroom, but I also didn't want life to stop in the classroom. I'm grateful that I was able to visit as many schools as I did. A large part of my decision to attend Wheaton was influenced by my campus visit. What instantly stood out to me was that everyone on campus was smiling. I felt welcomed, I felt appreciated, seen, and wanted. And so the application process itself was really joy-filled. The decision process was quite a different story. I got the decisions and acceptances and rejections back, and rejections stung. I became very stressed. I started to question, do I want to keep going to school? Do I want to go far? Do I want to come closer to home? And that's where I really started to ask, okay, what are the options remaining before me? And Wheaton was again at the top. I started to work with Ellen, my admissions counselor. I just worked with her really closely and had several hour-long phone calls, just talking through what does a Wheaton education look like, what is the value of a Wheaton education, and got to have personal conversations and interactions. So even during a time that was really stressful, I felt valued and seen as a whole person rather than just a GPA and test scores.
What does it mean to truly be a community for Christ and his kingdom?
Human communities throughout the centuries have made agreements with one another on how they are going to live.
Faith should not be compartmentalized. It should shape and enrich every aspect of life.
People are coming here to be shaped and formed for life.
All three of the statements, the statement of faith, the community covenant, the diversity commitment, are really ways of fleshing out our nice, succinct model for Christ and his kingdom.
These commitments make Wheaton a place of depth and layers.
Faculty, staff, and students, we all try to follow Christ.
It's a place that really develops the heart, mind, body, and soul.
And it's not about rules, it's about how we show love to one another.
They're not meant to just be these words on a page that sound really good to say, but honestly, like, help us to try to live out those things daily. I see it as like an attempt to marry what we do and that's it.
The mission of Wheaton College is to serve Jesus Christ and advance his kingdom through excellence in liberal arts education. That mission is empowered by the enduring commitments that we make and keep. Our statement of faith, that's what we believe, our commitment to biblical evangelical orthodoxy. Our community covenant, those are promises we make to one another and to God about the way we're going to live in Christian community. And also our Christ-centered diversity commitment, how we express beautiful diversity within the body of Christ, pursuing Christian unity. Those commitments make Wheaton a very special place, a place we hope that God is calling you to join.
Welcome back to King Arena for the start of the second half between the Millikin Big Blue and the Wheaton Thunder. Millikin up 33-26 after an impressive 14-point performance by Chase Travis, but Wheaton trying to make some strides. Soren Richardson 11 points, and let's check out the highlights. I mean, there were a lot of plays being made by Wheaton despite this deficit that they're facing.
Yeah, obviously there was a bunch of good stuff to see. We see that shot by Hedrick there, high arcing shot. Really started to spark for this Wheaton offense as they were trying to hit their stride a little bit in the first half. We'll see this three by Nebs. Nebs really got, started off a little bit better towards the end of that first half, hitting 2 threes. Here's that second of those 2 threes by Nebs. Look for him to get heated up. There's a reason he's one of the top 3-point shooters in the CCIW.
Of course, Kyle Nebs 8 points so far. And another highlight this time, it was Soren Richardson with a nice spin move, able to grease the cylinder.
I love that one by Richardson, able to get inside and put some points up in the paint. That's where they've been lacking, what they need to see. But Richardson there again with a 3, showing his dynamic range.
Well, Kyle Nebs responded with a nice pass. Again, it's been that Kyle Nebs, Soren Richardson connection. Of course, Devin Martin, primarily known for being an assist man, but Kyle Nebs showing that he can be another point guard. Here's again Kyan Vanderwood. So I mean, the Thunder, they've been able to work inside the paint, but when they're playing this man defense, which looks like it's been their card, they've actually given up a lot more paint points. In fact, I believe 22 points inside the paint for the Thunder given up.
Yeah, we spoke earlier tonight. They're running that zone defense. And then we were mentioning you might want to switch into that man, see if they could cover up a little more ground. You said it allowed them to move a little bit more free, and that's where they found their sweet spot. Yes, they've given up more points in the paint, but I feel like it's allowed them to gel a little bit better tonight, especially in terms of creating some transition and fast break points.
Of course, Wheaton played some zone against Carthage in their last game. They gave up 14 3-pointers in that game, which can be one of the disadvantages when playing a 2-3 zone. The perimeter shots do become open. If you have a good 3-point shooting team like Carthage, they can take advantage of them. Here's Devin Martin, first play of the second half.
That was a great play by Martin, slicing right inside. Happy to see him back out on the court for the start of the second half.
First field goal for Devin Martin, held scoreless in half number 1. 15 points against Illinois Wesleyan on January 4th. It's back out. It's Travis now trying to drive down that baseline and a blocking foul.
Yeah, good ability by Travis to draw the foul there as we'll go back to the replay. He made Hedrick just absolutely touch air there. And then driving through 2 defenders, it's always going to be hard. They're going to call it on the shot there.
So it will send Travis to the free throw line. Has primarily played off the bench this year after starting in 14 games a season ago, averaged 7 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist on 50% true shooting last season. Right now shooting 85% from the free throw line this year after shooting 82% a season ago, and able to rattle in the second one.
Yeah, good shooting there by Travis. See what the Thunder have coming out of half, what their identity is going to be this half, where they're going to go, who they're going to rely on. Obviously, they'll want to get the ball into the hands of their playmakers, Richardson, Nebs. We see Hedrick with the ball here.
Richardson, 6 on the shot clock. Soren Richardson again.
Put him in a blender, put him in a spin cycle, I don't care what, but Richardson is spinning around like crazy tonight. Wonder if he's getting dizzy.
Here's Lane Tolman, able to drain the triple for Millikin.
Hey, and he responds right back. Tolman tall, but able to hit from range.
2 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists for Lane Tolman in the first half. Nebs now, back out to Devin Martin, 11 on the shot clock. It's the screen from Kyle Nebs. Nebs will now pull from beyond the arc, and he cans the triple.
There we go. Nebs getting involved now. I think he's got his swagger back. That's 3 triples on the night.
They'll also give him 11 points. Thunder shot 10 of 26 from the field, 4 3-pointers in the first half. Millikin 15 of 33, 3 of 10 in half number 1.
Look, this is where you want to see the dogfight. You come out at half, you're down, but now you really want to see a dogfight. You're trying to chip away at this lead. It's not going to vanish instantly, but you really want to chip away at it. It's a 7-point ball game.
Bond able to post up against Kyan Vanderwood on that last play. Marcus Bond now with 4 points inside again, and another foul going against the Big Blue.
Good move by Richardson there. Again, it's his ability to cut across the baseline. Try to get those easy challenge baskets underneath.
26.7 rebounds on 63% true shooting for Soren Richardson, as we said at the top of this broadcast, leading scorer in the CSIW, averaging 20.2 points per game. He also leads the team in rebounds with 4.9, as well as steals with 26 total. Jack Spears checks in for Noah Hedrick. Of course, Coach Schauer last week before the Carthage game talked about giving other players opportunities to get more playing time, and one of those guys being Jack Spears.
Yeah, it's like we were talking about earlier. You want to get these freshmen more experience. You want to put some more miles on this car. Get it to be a well-oiled machine.
Marcus Bond will actually pull from beyond the arc, and another rebound gathered in. That was Drake Stevenson. Here's Trace Travis. Off the mark, though. Another rebound by Stevenson before being stripped by Martin, and they're going to say it is Millikin ball.
Thought they might would have called jump ball there for just a second. Good shot selection. Travis was wide open. It was a bit of a scrum, bit of a scuffle for the ball there.
Bond to inbound it with 18, a fresh 18 on that shot clock. Tolman picked up by Soren Richardson. The matchup we want to see. Tolman inside, Lane Tolman with the muscles, but Kyan Vanderwood gets the miss.
You know, Tolman was the leading scorer in their last go-round against Elmhurst. Looking to see him get a little bit more involved, but really it's been the Chase Travis show for the Big Blue tonight.
Neves will actually pull up from mid-range and able to spin that one in.
Hey, that's exactly what you need to do if you're the Thunder. Pull up from mid-range. Take the shots that you're not maybe used to shooting. A little bit of variety never hurt anybody.
13 points now for Kyle Neves in this ball game. Second leading scorer behind Soren Richardson, who has 15 again, and that is Drake Stevenson.
Stevenson's got height. Real easy for him to go over the top like that and just top it off.
6'6", 190 senior out of Missouri. 10 points, 8 rebounds against Berea. Again, so glad to have him back. Richardson, 45 cut, you bet.
Hey, there you go. It doesn't get much easier than that. Just like we've been saying through the course of this game, Richardson underneath, dangerous weapon, but we've seen he can hit it from the outside, making him even more dangerous.
Of course, you can consider him really an all-around player, especially on that offensive end for Soren Richardson. Here's Welch picked up by Devin Martin, outside yet again. Stevenson, Drake Stevenson with another nice floater and another timeout taken by Coach Soderberg.
Yeah, that was a good move by Stevenson right there. Little 1-2 step, put it in.
Of course, for the Millikin Big Blue, a couple of weeks ago, John LaGrasso unfortunately passing away on January 8th, 2025. Really well-known player within the Millikin community, 1,223 points, 22nd all-time in Big Blue history, 696 rebounds, graduated in 1971, a 1997 Hall of Fame, but really known for being one of those community guys as he volunteered for the men's basketball head coach. Volunteered for men's basketball, but he'll be deeply missed.
Deeply missed. Our hearts and condolences go out to him and his family and the Millikin community. You know, it's a big loss for them. It's never easy to lose such a key and integral part of their community, so our thoughts and prayers are with them.
Of course, also, going back to this history, Millikin has not made the NCAA tournament since the 1988-89 season, which is technically the longest drought, but also within this series, last year got the sweep for the first time since the 1993-94 season. They're now looking to win 3 consecutive games for the first time since 1991 to 93 when they won 5 straight against the Thunder.
It's a lot of consecutiveness out of the Big Blue from years past. You know, kind of makes me think of the consecutiveness of Coach Madsen, the Thunder women's coach. All those consecutive wins against Naperville. Something you like to see, a bit of a tradition of victory against a certain opponent.
Of course, North Central did defeat Wheaton last season, which snapped a rather long winning streak for the Thunder that I do not have off the top of my head, but it sure was long.
I think it might have been over 20 at least.
And that says a lot. The amount of consistency from Coach Madsen to constantly beat up on one program especially if it's North Central. Not me. Trash North Central, of course. National championship in football, 2-time Glory Trophy winner Luke Lannon, but of course consistency.
Hurts me to hear, especially as a former Thunder football player. You got to give credit where credit is due.
44-39, Nev's corner three. It trims out though, and the rebound gathered by Bond.
Really want to see the Thunder get more offensive rebounds and go for those second chance points. Really, there was a lack of second chance points in the first half, with the only 2 second chance points coming from the Big Blue.
And look at this, Parker. Thunder in a 2-3 zone.
Yeah, look, they're starting to move back a little bit.
There is Lane Toman able to ring that mid-range J.
Look, Coach Shower's making business decisions. We're not the coach. We don't see it the way that he sees. So obviously, see something that he likes with that zone. Didn't necessarily see something, I guess, that he liked with that man defense. Or maybe he's just simply trying to throw the Big Blue off.
7 points, 2 rebounds, and 5 assists so far for Lane Toman in this ball game. Jack Spears with 6 on the shot clock. Here's now Devin Martin picked up by Drake Stevenson. Martin, nice mid-range J, but he leaves it short though.
Yeah, right off the front of the iron there for Martin.
Bullock finds DeMarcus Bond now at the top of the key. Millikin shooting 5 of 6 from the field here in the second half. Meanwhile, the Thunder are 5 of 8 at 63%. Big Blue have knocked down 5 threes so far. Travis against Soren Richardson, picks up 2 men, taken away though by Devin Martin.
Martin was in the right place at the right time.
And they're gonna call a blocking foul against Jacob Bullock. As you had Kyan Vanderwood trying to knife inside, it looks like they'll send him to the free throw line.
See if we can cut this down to a 5-point ball game.
And Vanderwood starting in his 6th game after starting the first 2 games with Benedictine and Lake Forest, started against North Park, and then has started in these last 3 games, including tonight with Augustana Carthage, and now Millikin. Guy who's averaging about 5.3 points per game, 3.6 rebounds, about 53% shooting. That's not true shooting, just your overall field goal percentage, but Coach Howard talked about how out of all the freshmen, he's the most gifted player. You just kind of see it with just his intangibles alone.
Oh, of course.
Long, lengthy, athletic. There's a rebound there. Offensive rebound for Noah Hedrick, and it looks like another foul before Hedrick threw that pass away.
Lucky he got that foul called. That would have been an errant pass out of bounds. Thunder will inbound the ball.
They're going to call the foul officially against DeMarcus Bond. Big Blue only had 2 personal fouls in the first half. In fact, a combined 5 fouls for both teams in half number 1.
Pretty clean half, if you ask me.
Richardson for 3. Pounces out though, it is Tion Spates who gets the board.
Seeing Spates for the first time in a little bit here tonight.
Of course, another guy who comes off the bench for the Big Blue after playing in 9 games a season ago. Jacob Bullock will try. Bullock, nothing but net.
I didn't even see the net move on that one.
That's the first field goal for Jacob Bullock. It's also his 3rd three-pointer made out of 5 attempts. Does not shoot the 3 that often. Hedrick against Tion Spates. It got blocked though by Spates.
Doesn't shoot it that often, but man, that was a beautiful shot.
7-1 run for the Big Blue. As Spates' shot spins out though.
Spates is 6'7". You would think that's an easy make, but sometimes even the easiest things can become hard.
And another nice 45 cut to Noah Hedrick, and another timeout taken by Coach Howard.
All right. Catch your breath, get your composure. If you're the Thunder right here, you really want to make sure that you hammer down and keep playing the defense that they've been playing, keep getting the rebounds. And we really like those wide open shots, sort of fast break type points there, especially on the assist right there to Hedrick.
And of course, when you do go on fast break, it really catches the defense off guard because they're not necessarily in a set defense. It benefits the offense a lot.
Yeah, of course. That's something that we want to see a lot more out of the Thunder here. Their ability to get points in the fast break. Like I said, in their game against Carthage, they had 17 fast break points.
And Parker, I've asked this question to a lot of my color broadcasters, Tim Martin, Xavier Jones, Daniel Garza. I'm going to ask it to you, and I'll probably ask it to a bunch of other people. How long does it take to build chemistry? Give a good think about it. From your playing experience, from what you've seen, obviously the eye test, anecdotal, what do you think?
When it comes to building chemistry, you can do that in a number of ways. You can do that on the court during practice. You can do that off the court. You can do that through team building exercises. I think building chemistry is so subjective when it comes down to the players and who you're playing with. In my playing experience as an offensive lineman, I played with a different number of quarterbacks. Some of them I clicked with instantly. So I could tell their pocket movement. I knew how they were going to play in the backfield. And others, it took me a little while to get the feel of them. I really had to pay attention to what their mannerisms were.
And they're going to call a travel against Jacob Bullock on that last possession. Millikin's only now, that's their 4th turnover of the day. Of course, Wheaton only had 3 turnovers against the Firebirds while only forcing 3 turnovers. Rather clean game. The Big Blue had 10 turnovers last time out. That ball just pinballs out. Somehow winds up in the hands of the Thunder. 7 on the shot clock for Devin Martin. Kyle Nebbs left free. You bet.
There you go. Bang from Kyle Nebbs. Hammers it from downtown.
16 points now for Kyle Nebbs. 4 3-pointers made. Of course, made a career high 6 3-pointers against North Central a couple of weeks ago, as Nate Strotter able to bury a mid-range J.
But let's go back to that conversation about chemistry. Let's take a look to the NBA to see, a little bit more about chemistry. When you look at some of these big-name players, you see guys with combinations like Dwayne Wade and LeBron James. You see James Harden and Russell Westbrook. They're able to, be a part and then come back and have that chemistry right from the get-go. So really it comes down to I believe if your playing style meshes well together and you're able to understand the other player on a very personal level, you're able to build chemistry fast. Now, that's not saying it'll happen instantaneously. And some people, it does just click. You'll meet that once-in-a-lifetime player that you play with where you know where they're going to be. You know how to pass to them. You know if they take a shot from the outside, where their rebound is going to go.
Nate Strotter lost on that on that last possession for the Big Blue. It's now 5 turnovers for Millikin. Veers picked up by Strotter. His brother Walter Strotter. Here's Soren Richardson. Boom goes the dynamite.
It's a 3-point ball game. My last comment on that question, though, Aiden, I'll tell you this. Chemistry comes through consistency.
20 points now for Soren Richardson. Here's Toman. Responds right back.
We see the leading scores of both of these teams go toe-to-toe. No pun intended there.
10 points now for Toman in this ballgame. Kyan Vanderwood off the mark.
Just a little strong for Vanderwood. Hedrick tried to gather the rebound, was unsuccessful.
It looks like some substitutions taking place. No timeout per se. But Tion Spates as well as DeMarcus Bond will take a seat on the bench as Frazier Ott will check back in for Millikin. The leading scorer is Trace Travis, 16 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal so far. But Soren Richardson leading all scorers with 20 points. Bullock against Nebbs. Under 10 minutes now left to play. Strotter will fire from beyond the arc, and he buries it. Millikin bench wants a 4-point play. They won't get it, though.
And just like that, it's a 6-point ball game yet again. See how the Thunder respond. You don't need to get it all back in one play.
Nebbs against Bullock himself. Unlucky miss, though.
Would have been a great shot had Nebbs made it.
DHO here is JT Welch, and it won't go, though. I'm not sure if that shot got blocked or if it's just a miss.
Welch got some air on that one.
Ty Ferguson leaves it short, and they're going to call a loose ball foul against Noah Hedrick.
Yeah, it looked like Hedrick got a little bit over the back there.
Actually, correction, that is a foul going against Millikin, excuse me. I believe they're going to call it against Frazier Ott, not DeMarcus Bond. So it's going to be Wheaton ball, correction for that.
We've now we tied the foul total from the first half with 5 fouls.
Hedrick against Ott. High floater. It won't go, though.
I don't necessarily like that shot from Hedrick. It's heavily contested. Might want to try to look to swing the ball outside. He had a couple open guys on the wing.
Big Blue 6-0 run, make it 8-0 run, and now the last 2 minutes for Millikin. Seven points for Nate Schroeder. You have 3 guys that are in double figures, being Tolman, Stevenson, and Travis. Hedrick against Fraser Ott with a nice finish.
Yep, that's the cut that you're looking for. That's what they've been searching for. That's the offense that they want to roll with. Getting a little bit downhill, cutting across, and going for the easy layups there.
7 points, 3 rebounds, and 2 assists. And both teams are on losing streak. Wheaton has lost 10 straight. Millikin's lost 3 straight. For the Big Blue case, trying to say in that pecking order within the CCIW as they're going to call a foul, likely against the Thunder. Soren Richardson, Devin Martin check in for Noah Hedrick as well as Ty Ferguson. But when you look at the CCIW standings, Illinois Wesleyan, Carthage, and North Park, all 6-1. And then Augustana, Millikin, Elmhurst, and North Central each with 3 wins. Which makes up spot number 3 and spot number 7. Here's Chase Travis. It got blocked though by Vanderwood. Inside of Veers, juggled around though, but the Big Blue end up with the ball. Right now, Millikin shooting 9 of 17 from the field. Wheaton 10 of 16. JT Welch, his spot, and he cans the triple.
There goes Welch. Second 3 ball of the night for Welch. That's 8 total points.
Of course, JT Welch, second team all CCIW selection a season ago, averaged 13 points, which was good enough to be 9th in the CCIW. Also shot 52% on true shooting. Richardson leaves it short, gets his own rebound. Nice pass to Vanderwood. Unselfish right there to bang it in. Timeout on the floor. And the lead is cut down to 10, 62-52. And Parker, what do you like so far from both teams?
Yeah, I really like the physicality that both teams are bringing. We've seen Wheaton go down to the paint. We obviously saw right there Richardson grabbing his own rebound, and then, like you said, unselfish to pass the ball to the open man and Vanderwood. I like the way that Millikin is composing themselves. They're taking the open shots, they're swinging the ball around, and ball movement is really key, especially when you're looking for these 3 balls that they've been hitting. I like how they're spreading the ball around, bringing more players in from the bench, sort of relying on that bench point mark a little bit more here in the second half.
Of course, this is a Millikin team that only averages about 18 threes a game, which is last in the CCIW. You look at their overall stats, they're also shooting at 35%, which is good enough to be second in the CCIW. I mean, not to mention this is also the worst scoring offense in the Big Blue, but again, #1 scoring defense.
Sometimes it's very interesting to me how stats mix and match, and how you might be bottom of the pack in one stat, or you might be top of the pack in another stat, and how those two just work together.
Of course, Chase Travis leading the way, 16 points so far for him. Blaine Tolman as well as Drake Stevenson each with 10. Soren Richardson has 20 points. That's not a career high yet. A career high 37 points against Benedictine in the first game of this season, followed by Kyle Nebbs, who has 16 himself. Again, Kyle Nebbs, career high 23 points against Augustana exactly a week ago. 7:13 now left to go. Millikin lead cut down to 10. They led it by as many as 12 points with 7:15 to go. Before that layup there by Kyan Vanderwood.
See what Coach Soderberg has dialed up for the Big Blue offense and defense. If they're going to continue with the way they've been playing, or if they're going to switch it up a little bit.
Bond against Kyle Nebbs to Marcus Bond. It falls out though. Bond able to get the rebound though. Neither is really Drake Stevenson. Give effort to him. Strotter. Oh, what a finish there by Nate Strotter. It looked like he was going to go for a big dunk, but instead floated it instead.
Strotter wanted to absolutely yam that one. Felt the pressure and just gently laid it in.
Nice inside feed of Vanderwood, and he's going to be fouled. should send Kyan Vanderwood to the free throw line.
That good cut in there by Vanderwood. That's really where they've been finding a lot of their points tonight.
Kyan Vanderwood, 5 points so far on the day, a career high, now 8 rebounds for him. Steven Schultz is a scratch for tonight's game, so Kyan Vanderwood getting more of the minutes per se. I mean, he's the tallest player on the team that gets the most playing time. Again, this is a freshman, 6'4", out of Michigan.
Yeah, like we said earlier, not the tallest team in the CCIW, but they make up for it in their shooting.
There's Bond, and they're called blocking foul against Devin Martin.
See the replay here. That Martin just got a little bit inside there on Bond.
Team foul number 3 issued against the Thunder. Millikin has 5 fouls so far in half number 2. Again, they float up to Stevenson. Drake Stevenson hounded another foul.
Just a myriad of fouls here recently. That was a good play design by Soderberg. I like trying to get the tall man up and floating it right into him. See if he can hammer down these 2 free throws.
We said Drake Stevenson, he was out for pretty much the entire season a year ago, but 2 seasons ago, 23 games played, averaged 9.6 rebounds and assists on 76% true shooting. This year, though, about 5 points, 5 rebounds, which leads the team on about 49% true shooting. As Nate Strada checks out for Millikin. 6'6" senior out of Missouri. Great to have him back. Despite the loss of Cole Lawrence for Millikin. Now under 5:55 to go. Richardson pulls up from the free throw line, able to score. That will now give Soren Richardson 22 points in this ball game.
Like we said, Richardson going to be more of that, high-scoring player that they look to get hot. Obviously, he started off a little slow, but he's really hit his stride.
Steal there from Ferguson. Richardson gets the offensive rebound after the miss by Kyle Nebbs. Wheaton looking to reset. Now Nebbs will finally, it's Kyan Vanderwood. Laces a 3.
Not bad there by Vanderwood, cutting his lead down to 7. We hear it all the time, basketball is a game of runs. Let's see if Wheaton can pick up a little bit of a run themselves. I think the largest run that they had in the first half was about 5 points.
Well, they're on a 5-0 run themselves, and they're going to call a foul, though. For Kyan Vanderwood, he's staring at a double-double. 9 points, 9 rebounds so far for him. As Lane Tolman will go to the free throw line. 92% from the free throw line this season, second best in the CCIW.
Looks like the crowd got to him there. I heard somebody behind me shouting, "Don't miss." Obviously, he wasn't listening too closely to them as he missed the first free throw.
Has a double-double so far this season, 18 points, 11 rebounds against Knox. And another timeout taken. 66-58, we're at 5 minutes left to go. I mean, we just talked about this before, but Kyan Vanderwood really stepping up for the Thunder. Again, only a freshman, but again, 9 points, 9 rebounds. Can almost get his first career double-double tonight.
Yeah, he's eyeing that double-double right down the barrel. It'd be great to see him collect that double-double. Obviously, it's a highlight for the season. It's a highlight for your career. To start off something great like that in your freshman year. He's playing really well. I love the intensity that he brings. His physicality is really good. He doesn't seem like a freshman, right? He's not necessarily playing nervous. He's not playing, timid. He's very confident in the way that he shoots, and I love the way that he's able to cut inside, take the easy layups, and he's also confident in the way that he shoots the ball from beyond the arc. It's really good to see out of a freshman, and I think that's what speaks so much to Coach Schauer as he's allowing him to play more and more as the season has gone on.
Of course, that's what Coach Schauer did talk about, the growth out of Kyan Vanderwood, as we talked about in the first half. But Parker, you obviously played college football Division III level. what would you say is a difference between the high school game of football as well as the college game in Division III?
When it comes to transitioning from high school to college, the game starts to slow down a little bit. There are a lot more moving parts. Very rudimentary game in high school. You get the bare bones of it, but as you move to the college level, there are a lot more moving pieces. There's a lot more fundamentals. Yes, you build off the stuff that you learned in high school. You build off the stuff that you know for certain, but there's a lot more moving pieces. It's a very intricate machine. So you really want to start getting acclimated to that pacing of the game and all of the different intricacies that go into it. And obviously Vanderwood has, transitioned really nicely into that role.
Thunder are now on a 7-1 run. Here is Tolman able to rattle it in.
This is a great shot by Tolman.
13 points, 3 rebounds, and 6 assists for Lane Tolman. A career high in assists, by the way. Previous career high was 4 assists against Knox on November 12th of last year. Richardson, they're going to get him for a travel, though. That is now the 7th turnover for Wheaton as these possessions start to shorten with under 4:15 to go in this ball game. 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists for Soren Richardson so far on 9 of 15 shooting from the field. Bond using the Bullock screen, now goes back out to Jacob Bullock. Dipping under 4 minutes to go. Travis, 12 on the shot clock. Bond against Ferguson, 6 to shoot. There's now Drake Stevenson. Drake up against Kyle Nebbs, 1 on the shot clock, has to put up the shot. Oh, he scores!
Buys just enough time there and hammers it in at the last second. Pushes his ball game back to 10 points.
13 points for Drake Stevenson along with Lane Tolman. Again, leading scorer for the Big Blue is Chase Travis, who has 16. That is swiped away by Stevenson, has the ball, and here comes Chase Travis. Back inside, Lane Tolman, you bang! What a transition there by Millikin, turning defense into offense.
And those are the fast break points that you're looking for, the plays that you're looking to create on defense. Great job by the Big Blue there, tapping that ball out and getting the fast break points.
Millikin trying to pick up their 4th win in CCIW play. Snap a 3-game losing streak. Kyle Nebbs. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, right there. That's the one you want from Kyle Nebbs. He's made his little home in the corner a little bit tonight.
All of a sudden, the lead is now cut to 9. Parker, what's the strategy for Wheaton to continue to climb back out of this deficit?
This just comes with preference, and it's something that I've seen a lot in college basketball and professional basketball. You can't just go out and hammer up a bunch of 3-point shots. You really have to lean into your offense. You have to lean into the system that you've created. Run the plays. Get the ball into the hand of your playmakers, whether that be Richardson, whether it be Vanderwood, or now Nebbs, who's starting to heat up a little bit. You don't have to cut this lead down by 3. You can cut this lead down by 2 if you need to. Look to get the points under the basket like they've been doing. Those 45 cuts, like you've been saying, have been excellent for the Thunder. You also got to apply a little bit more pressure on defense. Don't let them get the second chance points. I think that's going to be something that's really critical for them as we enter into the final 3 minutes of this ball game.
Just kind of give it a little bit of a game reset. Wheaton has 1 timeout left. As the viewers at home can see on the scorebook, Millikin has 3 timeouts. Meanwhile, in terms of the foul situation, Wheaton has 5 personal fouls issued against them. Millikin has 6 personal fouls. So, I mean, a couple of fouls away until we really get into bonus territory and a situation where Wheaton may have to start intentionally fouling, but obviously trying to climb back into this ball game. As Wheaton's going to apply a little bit of a token pressure. Stephen Martin and DeMarcus Bond able to get across the timeline under 3 minutes now to go.
You know, Aiden, going back to that conversation, the difference between high school and college, I think there's a little bit of an intimidation factor that comes into play.
And there is a miss there by Drake Stevenson, and now Wheaton.
Bit of an unlucky shot there by Stevenson.
Richardson for 3, laces the 3-pointer.
What a shot by Richardson, finding his home. Look, if he makes me eat my words and cuts this lead down by the 3s, I'll take it.
6-0 run for Wheaton in the last 55 seconds. Soren Richardson, 27 points, 4 rebounds, and 4 assists. Meanwhile, Kyan Vanderwood has 9 points and 10 rebounds. Needs one more point to get that first career double-double. Stevenson, look at that quadruple team, goes back to Lane Tolman, pulls up from mid-range. Can't go though. Travis with the rebound, out of bounds. And it's gonna be Wheaton ball.
Good resurgence here by Wheaton. We're entering the last 2 minutes of the ball game. It's do or die time here. Can't make any sloppy mistakes, can't take sloppy shots. You gotta know the plays, know where the open shot is. Like we said earlier, Coach Showers chasing his 400th win.
Nice feed, Vanderwood, there's the double-double.
First career double-double for Kyan Vanderwood, the freshman out of Caledonia, Michigan.
11 points, 10 rebounds for Kyan Vanderwood. Then demanding more playing time with Steven Schultz being scratched. Tolman out of bounds. It will stay with the big blue, but no foul.
Let's check the replay here. Tolman gets the ball, and he's slicing right up the middle. Well, I'm not so sure that was out on White. But hey, I'm just me and the refs are them. Obviously, they saw something I didn't. Again, like I said earlier, I wear glasses for a reason, so I can't see everything.
Under 8-0 run in the last 2 minutes. Millikin led it 72-60 with 3:20 left to go. A 12-point lead. Thunder have chipped it ever since. There's another turnover. Drake Stevenson couldn't hang on. Ball still on the ground. Stevenson has it. Does not call timeout. Tolman loses the ball. Richardson still on the ground. And it is DeMarcus Bond out of all that chaos and scuffle. Bangs it in. And the big blue back up 74-68. Wow.
That was a sight to behold right there. Couldn't necessarily tell you who was going to end up with the ball. But Bond did. And man, he hammered it home.
I mean, give credit there to Lane Tolman, just simply able to pat that ball out of the fury of Thunder players. But now it's 74-68. The Thunder will have the ball. Now what's the strategy here, Parker?
Dare I say, bang it home with a 3 here, try to cut it down to 3 points? Look, if you can get it within 4 points here, but you really need to speed up the scoring. You can't afford to waste possessions. You can't afford to use the whole 30-second shot clock. That's just not going to fly here.
And if you are Wheaton, when do you consider playing that foul game? Of course, this is a discussion that always happens, but when do you consider playing the foul game?
I'd say probably within the last 30 to 20 seconds, depending on the score. Look, if you're able to get it down within, let's say 3 to 4 points, and you got about 40 to 30 seconds left, I would consider playing the foul game. Obviously, you want to foul one of their more inconsistent free throw shooters, as with all teams. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Of course, this is a Millikin team that is shooting 76% from the free throw line, which is 3rd in the CSIW, 34th in all of Division III. Also have 2 elite free throw shooters in Lane Tolman, as we said before, shooting at 92%. But meanwhile, JT Welch, who shot 93% a season ago, shooting at 90%, which is still pretty elite numbers. Richardson, and he's fouled. That should mean 3 free throws for Soren Richardson.
Richardson is poised. He's experienced. He's been in these positions before. He's the leading scorer. Dare I say, the heartbeat of the team. The lefty will go to the line for 3 shots here.
Meanwhile, Soren Richardson, 82% from the free throw line, 8th in the CSIW, and also leads the team.
Hammers down 1. Hammers down 2. We're within that 4-point range now. See what we can get going here. And he hammers down 3. Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a close ball game.
And that will also give Soren Richardson 30 points. Last time he scored 30 points, you got to go back to that Benedictine game, as we said at the top of this broadcast, when he had 37 points, a career high.
Crowd's getting into it now.
Tolman against Vanderwood. Tolman, double team comes. Tolman lost the ball. Richardson has it.
Good awareness by Richardson. Let's see what they dial up here.
It's now an 11-2 run for Wheaton in the last 2 minutes and 20 seconds. DHO, Nebs being hounded. Picked up by Drake Stevenson. Inside again, it is Soren Richardson. Bangs it home, and it's now a 1-point game. 13-2 run, timeout taken with 24.9 seconds to go. And wow, what a comeback by the Wheaton Thunder.
What a great resurgence. I think that speaks a ton to the determination and resilience of this team. Look, you're on a 10-game losing streak, all right? Not a lot has fallen your way, but you're fighting and clawing back to try to get into this ball game, and you've just cut the lead down to 1. This is this is the best scoring defense in the CCIW. Speaks a lot to how this team is responding. Now, obviously, Aiden, we're getting into that position where you play the foul game. Now, who they choose to use for those fouls is off to Coach Schauer. I'm pretty sure he's probably going over that in the huddle right now.
But I'm assuming here, based off what you're saying, are you saying that we should intentionally foul right away?
I would say yes. The shot clock is off. You got 25 seconds. Looks like they added a second back onto the game clock.
Kind of going around the rest of the CCIW, Carthage leads Carroll 74-64 with 3:38 left to go in the second half. Meanwhile, Illinois Wesleyan dominating Augustin up 59-37. Nick Roper leading the way with 12 points. Meanwhile, between North Park and Elmers, that's about to be, well, it's 9 minutes left to go, but North Park leads 62-47. Rico Powell up with 21 points. And they'll get it inside to now Chase Travis. He has the ball and he's fouled. He's an 85% free throw shooter, so they don't foul JT Welsh, which was probably a smart decision, but they'll likely have to do this one more time because Millikin is not in the bonus yet.
Not quite. You don't want to let too much time run out on this clock.
Trying to go for some pressure right there. Vanderwood almost intercepts that pass as Drake Stevenson falls to the ground. And Stevenson a little bit shaken up right there. Hopefully he's okay, but able to get up on his feet.
I'm glad you're okay, Aiden. That came down right in front of you. Big trees fall hard, you know what they say.
So they'll call that foul against Kyan Vanderwood. As Drake Stevenson will go back to his own sideline. I think they're just checking up on him just to make sure he's okay. 17.5 seconds left to go.
He came down pretty hard.
Referees, by the way, are reviewing this last play. They're at the iPad when kind of a new Division III, well, not necessarily new per se, but we've always had replay, except a lot of Division III institutions have not had the ability to go to replay, given how, some institutions have a lot of money, some don't, but it's going to be interesting to see what they review here, and the referees are still discussing this play. Well, looks like no technical fouls are issued. I think this is just going to be a common foul, and it should be free throws for Drake Stevenson, if I'm correct.
Yeah, and it looks that way, Aiden. Stevenson is heading to the line. 1-and-1 for Stevenson.
So Drake Stevenson again, 67% from the free throw lines. Not Chase Travis, where he's at 85%. Able to knock down that second free throw and makes it a 2-point game.
He'll go back to the line for the second free throw here. We'll see what happens.
14 points, 6 rebounds for Drake Stevenson along with 2 steals. Huge free throws here, 17.5 seconds to go. Let's see if Wheaton goes for the 2 or 3.
I'd imagine they go for the 3 here. Get the ball to Nebs or Richardson.
They're trying to set up a play for Soren Richardson. Covered up though. Richardson picked up by Bullock. 4 on the shot clock. And he puts that up. Leaves it short. Back to Martin for the tie. It can't hit though. And the Big Blue squeaked by 76-73. Snap a 3-game losing streak, improved to 10-7, 4-4 in CCIW play. Meanwhile, the Wheaton Thunder dropped to 3-14, 0-8. They have now lost 11 straight. Parker, what are your final thoughts on this ball game?
Look, it was a very good ball game from all sides. Give the Big Blue credit for what they did tonight. They had oppression on defense and they had a lot of success on offense. But also give credit to Wheaton for what they were able to do in coming back. I mean, that was just such a strong performance. You look at Soren Richardson, you look at Kyle Nebs, and of course, we would be remiss if we didn't mention Kyan Vanderwood, his first double-double of his career. great performance by the freshman there.
11 points, 11 rebounds for Vanderbilt. Meanwhile, for the Big Blue, really distributing that scoring between three guys. Lane Toman, who had 15 points. Drake Stevenson also with 15, but also Chase Travis leading the way only with 16 points. But really nice diversity in scoring for Millikin.
Yeah, it's diversity in scoring. It's diversity in the players who are coming off the bench, the players who started. And that's where the well-roundedness of this Big Blue team is really what made the gears turn tonight. And that's ultimately what pushed them towards victory.
And for Wheaton, their next game is against 5th-ranked Illinois Wesleyan this Saturday at the Shirk Center. They'll be back home on January 29th against Elmhurst before going to North Park in about 2 weeks on February 5th. Meanwhile, for the Big Blue, they'll have 2 straight home games with North Park and North Central on January 25th and 29th, and then they'll be on the road against Carroll on February 1st. The next time these two teams will play will be on February 19th. Alongside Parker Rogers, I'm Aiden Cox, signing off on the Wheaton Thunder Sports Network.
Well, we could have had it there. Yeah.